Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Christopher coming at you today with some information on how to get beyond the door when you are just door knocking. Okay. So what I would advise you first is find out what and where you want to go first. So you got to strategize and you have to organize. So the first organization is finding out where you want to be, where you want to go. I myself personally, I like to get a multi-location. And what I mean by a multi-location, that is apartments. I like to go in apartments where I see kids. The reason why I do that is the way I get beyond the door is I talk to the parents pertaining to their kids. So therefore, like I said in my previous blog, is I use the news as my source of information. So, you know, the other day down here in the South Florida area, we had a little girl who was actually on her way to school. And if memory serves me correctly, she was either between the ages of 9 and 11 years of age. But she was involved in an accident where she was a passenger in a vehicle. So therefore, she flew through the windshield because she did not have on a seatbelt. So what I normally do is I go to apartment complexes. That's number one. This is a way that you're going to generate your own leads, all right, by door knocking, all right? This is what we call a self-generation lead, and you just door knock. So what I normally do is I find an apartment complex based upon how many units are in the place, and I knock on every single door. I start off in the morning, and I go from there. So if I am lazy during the week, where I haven't done any business at all, my best time that I go is a Saturday morning. And I start about 10 o'clock. I get up, I do my exercise. After I do my exercise, you know, I plan my day. All right. Now, during the week, I've already scouted out which apartment complex that I'm going to go to. So as I scout out the different apartment complexes that I'm going to go to, I pay attention to it to see during the daytime, and I make several drive-bys to see if I see any kids out there working, because the kids are going to be your number one go-to as far as the parents goes. With that being said, you're going to use the kids to get into the place. So what I normally do is I knock on the door, and of course the parent, you know, or whoever answers the door, they say, "Who is it?" So the first thing that I say is, "Christopher, we're here to tell you about the importance of burial insurance for your kids. We have what we call a 10-20-10. That is what I call it, my 10-20-10. So what the 10-20-10 stands for is for 10 years of coverage at $20 or more a month, and you get $10,000 of coverage or more based upon your child's age. Now, it depends on which final expense company that you're selling for. That's where the 10 pay comes in at, though. You have to study the product first in order to be able to utilize that method. So I call it my 10-20-10. 10 years of coverage, $20 a month at $10,000. I'm sorry, yeah, at 10 years of payment, which is my 10-20-10. So once I say that, knock on the door, this is Christopher. We're talking to parents such as yourself about the importance of burial insurance for your kids. And they say, "Oh, okay." So then I say, "What's your name? What's your name, sir, ma'am?" "My name is such and such and such and such." "Okay, and do you have any kids between the ages of such and such and such and such?" "Well, yes, I do." "Okay, Have you been aware that, that we have a policy available for them for 10-20-10? And they say, no, I did not. Okay, well, look. And like I said, I always use the news as my informational source. Did you see the news yesterday about the 9-year-old little girl or the 11-year-old little girl who was on her way to school and she was actually killed in an automobile accident? Look, I know we have no intentions of burying our kids, but let's face reality. It is going to happen. And in the course of it happening, guess what? We have to have something available for them as well too. Because we never know when it could be their time and we have to bury them. So I just need about 15 to 20 minutes of your time to discuss and show you the plans that we have available. Can I take that time out to explain it to you? And they either say yes or no. So if they say yes, then guess what? You got it. You go in the house and you explain the benefits to them. If they say no, then you say, okay, well, you leave them your card. Remember, you never do a hard or be a pushy sales representative. The minute you are a pushy or a hard sales representative, you're going to have chargebacks. You don't want that. So as you explain the product to them and you go about doing your demonstration and all that, or whatever you do, or you use your booklet or your iPad or your tablet or whatever you use, you show them. And then I always complete it by saying, oh, and it builds a cash value. So as he or she gets older, you can also take a loan off of it. And then they say, oh, okay. So once I close them on them, I get up, close up my booklet or what have you. Then I say, oh, and by the way, Mrs. Client or Mr. Client, do you currently have burial insurance on yourself? And they say either yes or no. And if they say yes, well, do you mind if I do a policy review for you to make sure that you have adequate amount of insurance and make sure that your beneficiaries are intact? And a lot of them say, yeah, go right ahead. And then what happens is that maybe 8 out of 10 you look at the policy and they are undercover. Then that's when you write the parents up as well too. Then after you write them up, then hey, so now you're leaving the house, depends on how many kids they have. You've insured every single child, plus you just insured the parents too. So let's just say on an average you go into one house and they have 2 kids, so now you got 4 policies out of one house. And then guess what? This is my kicker. Mrs. Client, or Mr. Client, let me ask you this question. Do you have a cell phone? Well, yes, I do, Christopher. Okay, great. Let me ask you this question. Do you think that you can find at least 10 to 15 people in your cell phone who can take advantage of the same services that you have? But before you give me an answer, the company that I represent also give you a $25 gift certificate for every person that you refer to us. And in addition to you referring them to us, they also have to become a client. So therefore, once they become a client, then you in turn get a $25 gift certificate to either Red Lobster, to Chili's, to TGIF, or you can go to Walmart and get, any one of the places, but that's what you tell them. That's what we call bird's eye. And then they be like, oh yeah. So instead of them giving you 10 or 15 people, they give you a heck of a lot more. So then this is what you do. You make them work. Oh, by the way, do you think you can call at least 10 of them now and see if maybe we can, set up something for tomorrow? Because remember now, you got a whole bunch of other apartments that you need to do. So what you do is they're writing that list down for you, but then you put a star next to all the ones you need to go and visit either tomorrow, after church on Sunday, or that following Monday. And then you make sure you tell them, if it's a woman, especially if it's a sister, girl, you can get you a $25 gift certificate to Red Lobster if you refer people to him. That makes them work even more harder, number one. But the anticipation of them seeing you is a lot more greater, because then they be like, well, no, tell them I have to work Monday, but he can come by Tuesday, and then I'll be expecting him Tuesday at such and such and such and such time. What? Oh, tell her that if she is married, I need her husband to be there as well too. Remember I told you about the one-leggers? So, you know, hey, like, girl, but your husband got to be there as well too. You be like, oh, well, he'll be here. Red Lobster, yeah, he gonna be here. That's how you do it. So, remember this. Find an apartment complex. Scout before you go. Make sure you see kids at the apartment complex. But find an apartment complex. Once you find an apartment complex, you make it your due diligence to go back there where you see the kids at, and you're gonna pitch them the 10-20-10. Remember the 10-20-10. 10 years of insurance, $20 a month, and $10,000 of coverage or more, based upon the age of the child. All right, 10-20-10, based upon the age of the child. And then the other one is you gotta make sure that they are. You got to make sure that they are. I'm sorry. You got to make sure that they they have friends, and then they can tell their friends about what you're doing and all that, so you can get referrals. You're gonna have them to work on your behalf. So once you get the referrals, then hey, all your work is cut out for you from there. So find you an apartment complex. Once you find you an apartment complex, then you go there, knock on doors. As you knock on the doors, then you close. All right? Give them as many cards as you need so they can work on your behalf. I myself, I always have 10,000 cards. That's just me, you know. But what you can always do as well too is don't just get the generic brand cards. Get you a card and have your picture. Yes, have your picture put on there. Once you have your picture put on there, people remember that. So all my cards have my pictures on there, and then I have some money signs right there. So that's what also helps me sell quite a bit as well too. So those are some of the key components of you being successful. All right, look, if you like what you're hearing, subscribe to the right up there, like and share, and then if you have any comments, comment down below, or you can email me at finalexpenserep@gmail.com. But if you got anything negative, you keep that to yourself, because negativity and I is not something that I embellish on. All right, so all your negativity you can keep to yourself. I am about just helping and empowering other agents, especially those agents who may be thinking about quitting. Don't quit. Do not quit. You know, I mean, hey, I was in the Marine Corps, and you know, hey, you do not quit. Whatever happens, you do not quit. You fight, you fight, you fight, and you fight. And God dang it, when you tired, God dang it, you fight some more. So do not quit, all right? So this is Christopher. All negativity is out, but stay positive. And don't let no one tell you any different, all right? Christopher. Mwah.